Teacher talking sports, what it does, what it do, how we live in. Seems like so many people have been slow to get on the Brock Purdy hype train. They say, well, he was the last pick in the draft for a reason. He's a system quarterback. You know, Mike Shanahan could make the best out of every quarterback. Look at the weapons he has on his team. And it just seems like there are a lot of people that are slow to give him the respect that he definitely deserves. Of course, last night, the 49ers blew out the San Francisco 49ers to move to 5-0 on this season. And this hasn't been updated yet, but I wanted to share this because it just seems crazy to me. So it's from The Ringer, Steven Ruiz. He does his quarterback power rankings each week. So this wasn't updated yet. This was updated October 4th, so that was last Wednesday. So I'm guessing in 2 days it'll update again. So he ranks all the starting quarterbacks, puts them in rankings. So I thought I'd share because look how far down we have to go before we see Brock Purdy. So as you see, it gives full week-to-week timeline as well. So you see, heading into week 5, Patrick Mahomes has been number 1 from the get-go, obviously. Second, Josh Allen. Third, Justin Herbert. Fourth, Lamar Jackson. Fifth, Trevor Lawrence. Sixth, Matthew Stafford. Seventh, Dak Prescott. Wonder if he'll drop. 8th, Geno Smith. 9th, Tua. 10th, Jalen Hurts. 11th, so he mentions he's going to put Tom Brady in every week just in case. 12th, Kyler Murray. 13th, Kirk Cousins. 14th, Jared Goff. 15th, Joe Burrow. So he's dropped him a lot. He started him at number 4. You figure he might go up after that game against Arizona. 16th, Russell Wilson. 17th, Ryan Tannehill. 18th, Daniel Jones. Losing my breath with all the quarterbacks I'm naming. 19th, Derek Carr. 20th, Mac Jones. 21st, CJ Stroud. 22nd, Deshaun Watson. 23rd, Jordan Love. 24th, Anthony Richardson. And finally, we have Brock Purdy as the 25th best, really 24th best starting quarterback in the NFL, according to Steven Ruiz of The Ringer. Ringer, not necessarily one of my go-to websites. I do enjoy Bill Simmons a lot, but I don't think they have the amount of sports articles that some of these other websites do. If we look, he actually started 32nd, so he had him dead last, and you see he's been slowly moving up the rankings, but come on, some of these quarterbacks ahead of him. I'm a Giants fan. How could you put Daniel Jones ahead of him? Mac Jones, the guy who's been benched 2 straight games, who's thrown a pick 6 in back-to-back games. Ryan Tannehill, you're ranking, excuse me, these guys over Brock Purdy. Just seems crazy to me. Again, 5-0 this season. He's now 10-0 regular season record. Look at his stats this season. 72.1 completion percentage, 1,271 passing yards, 9.3 yards per attempt, 9 touchdowns, no interceptions. You see, his lowest rating of the season came in week 2, 93.1. Look at his last 2 weeks, 134.6, 144.4. So we still ranked him 25th even after his 20 of 21 performance against the Cardinals, 17 of 24, 4 touchdowns last night. Currently leading the league in rating, QBR 83.7. Again, 10-0, really 12-0. In games he started and finished. Of course, his one loss came when he left early in the NFC Championship game against the Philadelphia Eagles. Even Peter King of Pro Football Talk, I love his Monday columns. They're super long, but if I go to the gym in the morning, I might walk on the treadmill or the bike to end my workout, and it's something I enjoy reading. So Peter King mentions here, but it's still a stunner too many that he's here, doing such great things. You're still doing a double take or triple over my assertion that Brock Purdy is playing MVP football. I'd go further. Through the first month of the season, Purdy's the leader in the MVP clubhouse. Consider 5 points. I'll briefly go over them. MVP most often comes from one of the top 2 seeds in each conference. Become a quarterback award. Last 10 years, 15 of the last 16, quarterback won it. Last 10 years, quarterback from one of the top 2 seeds won it. So right now, top 4 seeds, San Fran, Philly, Kansas City, and Miami. Purdy first amongst those four in accuracy, passer rating, touchdown interception ratio, second in yards per attempt, third in passing yard, first in team margin of victory. Mentions that they're 13-0 in games he's played 3 quarters or more. Most dominant team matters in MVP voting. Purdy not throwing an interception has led his team to 30 more points in every game. No one thinks Purdy's got a great arm, but he mentions how, yes, they get a lot of yards per catch, but as one retired quarterback told me last week, part of a high yard per attempt, yes, is having great receivers run after a catch, also putting receivers in position to run after a catch by putting the ball exactly where the guy could catch it in stride and run after the catch, and Brock Purdy is very often doing so. Been an extraordinary start to his career, and I think people really need to start looking past the fact that he was the last pick in the draft, Mr. Irrelevant. I mean, look at Tom Brady, drafted in the 6th round. Many consider him the GOAT. Look at Kurt Warner, undrafted. Of course, his movie-like story was, working in a supermarket, came out and became Super Bowl MVP, MVP of the NFL. And yes, you could say Purdy has great weapons, Debo, Brandon Ayuk, Christian McCaffrey, George Kittle, but let's not act like Kurt Warner didn't have fabulous weapons in Marshall Faulk, Torrey Holt, Isaac Bruce, and that's not to undersell what Warner did in his career, was outstanding, and I think we really need to start doing the same with Brock Purdy. It's not like every quarterback comes to San Fran and is as dominant as he is. Jimmy G wasn't quite putting up these numbers, Nick Mullins, guys like that. So what do you think? Is this Ringer writer, Stephen Ruiz, absolutely crazy for ranking him that low? We'll see. I'm guessing next week's rankings will come out Wednesday. We'll see how far he moves up at all. Do you think he is the MVP favorite in the first month of the season? Let me know in the comments. 49ers, though, 5-0, looking completely dominant. Anyhow, don't forget to subscribe. Tell a friend, tell a friend, tell a friend. Subscribe, like the video, share the video, hit the bell for notifications.